Greetings, Cayce. This video is in response to your analysis of the Marlins foster child care case from the Professional Ethics Framework. There were several points that I really liked in your analysis of this case, particularly how you highlighted the need to put in supports for this student and as well as the importance of holding him accountable. So I'd like to look at that in more detail. According to the professional ethics paradigm, we are reminded as educators that we must operate in the best interest of the students and that this must lie at the heart of every leader in education. I believe that you conveyed Mr. Campbell's understanding of this by suggesting that he put into place supports for Marlon, and not only for Marlon, but the students that he interact with as well. We know that student concern is definitely key, and in order for them to thrive and do well, supports must be in place. I think that this will reiterate to Marlon that someone cares and that this would encourage him not only to adjust, but to work harder. Secondly, I admire how you mentioned the need for Marlon to understand the consequences of his actions. You mentioned the importance of ensuring other students are safe and that as a student, Marlon must understand the 3 R's, which are respect, responsibilities, and rights. We know that in our text, Greenfield's perception is highlighted that schools are central in preparing our students to assume the roles of responsibility when it comes to citizenship and operating in a democratic society. I know, and you know as well, that as educators, we must model what citizenship looks like. And in order for us to do this, we may have to have our students to engage in clubs and organizations, or even to interact in project-based learning projects, performance-based learning projects that would help to build those interpersonal skills. Excellent analysis on this component of the framework. Now, there was one area I believe that you could have flourished your point in more details, and that was in regards to the pushback from the community concerning the ethical decision that Mr. Campbell had to make with regards to holding Marlon's past in confidence and privacy. I agree, the community at large would not take this well and would have expected for the school to endorse their concerns over the needs of the students. To combat this, I suggest a couple of things. For one, Mr. Campbell should consider remediating or educating the community by offering parent and community workshops. These workshops could be provided for students, for parents who have students that are in foster care, teaching them how to interact with these students and to, really implement some social emotional learning strategies in the home for students to adjust to being out of trauma. Also, educating the community on how to have empathy when working with students that have endured crisis, and how overall this can lead to a really good positive impact for the community at large. Secondly, I would suggest providing professional learning to the faculty and staff. We know that according to our reading that when professionals are able to get together to discuss the needs of a student, this provides them with an opportunity to learn of strategies on how to deal with students like Marlon, as well as how to protect the children that would inevitably have to interact with students like Marlon. The goal is providing strategies and interventions. So overall, Cayce, I feel like you presented an excellent analysis from the professional ethics framework, and I believe putting these interventions in place will overall be a great, will work well for the community. Thanks, Cayce.